football fans, Ryan here. Ryan, we got to stop meeting like this. Let's go to the play.
That was a great job by the defense. It looked like they were going to bring
All right, early in this game, huh, Ryan? 10 minutes left in the first quarter.
And it's close, 7-0.
That's a good punt from that kid.
Punts away, and we have some contact up top there, and a little extra contact. Then we got a punt that is going out of bounds.
Good eye. We did. We had some shenanigans on the far side of the field.
All right, let's take a look at them. We'll keep an eye on the shenanigans. We got a lot of contact there. We got a helmet off, and then we got looks like maybe some extracurricular there. Definitely, you do notice on special teams plays, punts, you do see a lot of chippiness, I find. So it's a good idea to sort of keep those eyes out. So my first thoughts is the first time I saw it, I didn't see like the grasp of the helmet. I just saw some mutual, sort of back and forth. It's away from the ball. It doesn't have an appreciable effect on the play. So I'm not, in love with any sort of holding or anything like that. I guess the concern I would have is it looks like Gray potentially had that helmet in the grasp. If there is a grasp of the helmet, I do probably have a foul there. If there's no grasp of the helmet and they're just going back and forth, I think it's a talking to, especially early in the first quarter. Let's, set the tone, preventive officiate, but interested to hear your thoughts on it, Ryan.
We see this kind of a lot. Two guys kind of square off, and one of them we find, or both of them kind of throw each other to the ground. But in this case, the action is clear on the other side of the field, and the ball is kicked out of bounds. So I would think holding is off the table. We don't need a hold here, and I think it's just personal fouls. Now, the member of K who's involved in this, I would have to think he is culpable, but I don't know what he does. I've seen this play several times. I don't know what we can call him for. And so I like a flag, a foul on the kicking team, on the team in gray, for contact against a helmetless player. And you're right. Someone did point out when we showed this at our meeting that it looked like the player in gray had the helmet in his hand and dropped it. Now, video is inconclusive, and if that's the case, if that player in gray, that member of K, ripped off the helmet, then we would also have another foul, a personal foul for a face mask. Now, I would think they are both live ball fouls, as they both occurred before the end of the kick, and the kick went out of bounds. So it really doesn't matter, because we would only enforce one, because the receiving team doesn't get both of those, even though they're both personal fouls, so they only get one. So it really doesn't matter. But I really like, or if I'm going to throw something, I think it's for hitting a helmetless player.
Yeah, I want to go back to what I said, and in the initial contact that we're seeing right there, I probably have nothing there. Afterwards, I think that's when I would agree with you. If we do have a foul, it's going to be coming on the sort of conduct afterwards. The original thing, they're just wrapped up with each other. It's far away. Agree 100%. That's a bad, you're not going to call a mutual holding, that far away from the ball. You're just going to talk to them afterwards.
I'd hope not. I hope we don't call that.
Yeah. Afterwards, there's definite contact. Do you have anything on the helmetless player for engaging in any of that contact, Ryan?
Again, I don't. I mean, I know he did something wrong. I mean, he's not innocent in all this, but I think he may have gotten his helmet ripped off, but at the very least, the helmet came off, and I thought the player of K initiated the contact once that helmet came off. I do like contact against a helmetless player. Sorry, that's hard for me to get out. It's kind of a mouthful. And I think it's a foul I wouldn't mind calling, because it's on a kind of a good kick for K, and it's really not going to affect the game. It's not a game changer. It's not a momentum changer. It says, hey, we saw that. Don't, no more shenanigans. We're not letting this train get off the track. And so it has an impact on sort of the management of the game, sort of the feel of the game, but yet it doesn't really affect the course of the game because I don't think it's that huge of a momentum swing. So, and not that you think about all that stuff when you throw a flag, obviously, but I do like a flag here on K for contact against a helmetless player. There, I said it.
Well, if you had a member of your crew and they flagged both of them in that situation, what would be your thoughts on it?
They flagged both players, or
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, I would say, what are we telling the coach then of White? Of the what are we telling the kicking team? What did that player do?
Gotcha.
What are we going to say to that coach? I don't know what we could say. I mean, I didn't see much there from that player on R. I think I said he was on K. I meant the player on R, the player in the white jerseys.
Gotcha. And if we did think that the helmetless player was participating, what does that look like in terms of penalty enforcement?
Yeah, it's another 15-yard personal foul. Now, if you have that, then you could have them offset.
Right.
Or I think you would have one of them. I think that would be a PSK foul because the kick was still going.
Yes, it looks like the kick was still going.
And I think we would have a replay since it would behoove R to re-kick. I mean, they didn't get great field position, so we'd have a re-kick. But even that, I mean, that's a pretty low impact on the momentum on the game.
Sure.
Again, though, I don't know what that player on R, the player in the white jerseys, did. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you would flag him for. I don't think he participated with his helmet off. I think he stood up and somebody pushed him. So
gotcha.
Now you're on the wing. You're watching this. What do you have?
So, I might disagree with you on this a little
Please
bit.
do.
Again, we're getting in the minutia. We didn't have the benefit of, or we do have the benefit of seeing this many, many times and seeing frame by frame. It appeared the helmetless player sort of made a motion towards, the other player, which then caused them to sort of, push each other again. And so to that end, if we could have fouls on both teams, it may be righteous in this situation. I think that, they both going down the field were clearly sort of unnecessarily grasping each other, and it was not, related to the play on the field. And so I think, once they got down, they sort of both continued that. And, I think it would be, absent the call if the helmet was grasped and pulled off, because I think that changes the perspective on a lot of things. But absence that, I might have something on White there for participating without his hat on. But I think that this is one that you can look at through many different lenses, and probably our commenters will all have different calls. But please, in the comments, let us know exactly what you would have. Would you have it on just K? Would you have it on R? And what would we be looking at, with those calls? Because I'd love to hear it and love to learn from the other experienced officials in our commenting.
Yeah, we got the best commenters in the business. That is for sure. Let me ask you a question. Well, first of all, let me preface. I mean, the video is inconclusive. We can't tell. I would probably put money, not a lot of money. I would probably put at least coffee money on the fact that player of K did rip off the player of R's helmet.
Yes.
It does look like he dropped it. Okay. But that aside, if White had his helmet on when that contact occurred, would you have a foul?
No.
Yeah.
I would not. I would say this is mutual. Two guys pushing each other. Hey, quit. Don't mess with that. Don't get any, silly fouls, especially early in the game, if this is early in the season. I'm going to say, hey guys, let's not get silly fouls like that. Hey, cool it. Let's calm down. Let's play football. Yeah. I think it's a great question.
If that helmet stays on, we're not even watching this play.
No, not at all.
We're not watching. We're watching the play where the back judge slips and falls in the mud, right? We're watching that play.
But enough about me.
Yeah. So I think the whole helmet coming off is the key. And I'm in the personal foul, hitting a helmetless player, blocking a helmetless player, contact with a helmetless player. Those aren't 3 fouls. That's just me butchering it. Contact with a helmetless player. And yeah, let us know. Share your wisdom, insights, and experiences in the comment section below. Where do you weigh on this? I know those types of plays on those punts way away from the action. It could sometimes really get us into trouble. Sometimes we miss things. Sometimes we over officiate. So let us know how you would handle it, and what do you think a call would be in that situation. Ryan, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We appreciate you joining us. We'll leave you with the 5th down.
Minute 19 left in the half, 24-6. Your Perry Pumas maintain their lead.
Keep your eyes open for that 50-50 raffle.